Critter Trade's here, and today I'm going to teach you how to remove the back trim piece on your Subaru Impreza and Crosstrek. So for this how-to video, I'm going to show you how to remove this back trim piece here. It's pretty easy to do. The only reason you would need to remove this is if you wanted to change your emblem or remove it for some reason. Or if you wanted to change out the little gasket, there's a rubber piece that sits in between here if you want to change that out. Or if you'd like to paint or wrap it or something like that. If you're just looking to replace the button, you can do that without removing this piece. I have another video and I'll put it up here on a card if you'd like to check that out. It's super easy to do. You don't need to remove this piece though to do that. If you're new to the channel, I do a lot of Subaru, Impreza, and Crosstrek specific stuff, oil changes, headlight changes, other mods, and I also do a lot of snow stuff like snow traction control tests, fluid film. So if you feel like checking out the channel and subscribing, that'd be super helpful. All right, so now for the next part of this repair, you're gonna need to take this panel off. These panels, you'll have to just pop off the top part of it. You don't need to take them off, or this panel here. This is the only panel that needs to come off. These rivets in here, they're just plastic rivets. You basically just pull down on the top part here, and they pop right out. And there's ones up along this line as well. You might have to take this part off first to kind of reach in here to get it. And then underneath here and here, there's a little screw that you're gonna need to take out. It's a plastic one. And when you unscrew it, it will loosen the clip and the fastener will come out. I just use the Phillips. And for these, again, you just pull and they snap out. And then you can access the Phillips screw right up here. Just unscrew this one and the other one. Pull right out. I need to hold it up with your head here. And then that's how you take this piece off. And once you do that, you can actually access the actuator, the latch mechanism. If you need to replace that, that's how you would do that. There's also a little access hole here inside this panel if you ever get locked out and for some reason you can't open the back hatch and you have access to the inside, you can go through there and manually access it through the little access panel. 3 of the bolts, you're going to need an extension and a long skinny 8mm like this to reach all the way inside the holes. And for the one that's a little tricky, you're going to need an open-ended 8mm box wrench. So here's where the 4 8mm bolts are. There's one in this circle hole, there's one in this oblong oval hole. This is the hard one where you need the box-ended wrench. It's tucked in behind this bracket. And the last one is in this circle hole over here. So if you stand here and look in through this hole, you can see it really well. You can see when your wrench is right on it. And then once you loosen it right at the beginning, it's like barely on there, it feels like, so you can just spin it off with your finger then. Try not to lose it, but you're probably gonna lose it. I don't plan on putting that one back on there anyways, so. Before you unhook this button, make sure you open your hatch before you unplug it. That way you you won't be able to get in your hatch if you unplug it. And if you want to, you can put something over your lock mechanism. Now you can't close it without having your hatch button attached. Okay, that way it won't close and latch on. So once you have the interior panel off, it's really simple. For the rear hatch switch, there's a dark orange clip right here. You're going to unhook it right here. You're just going to push in on this part and pull out, just a little clip like that. And now your button for the hatch is unhooked. So now that you have those 4 bolts out, you're just pretty much going to pull. Might need to give it a little wiggle. That came off pretty hard. I wasn't expecting to have to pull that hard. Mine's really dirty in here. As you can see, I have fluid film, and you might want to clean this seal up before you put it back on. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And to put it back on, you make sure these clips are in here. You're just going to push it right back in. Make sure that you line up your screws with the screw holes. And get your emblem out. You're just going to push on these here, push out your emblem.